Hello everyone, Gaara here and welcome to a brand new deck tech video. Today I'll be talking about the Freeze Mage deck, which is becoming more and more popular on the ladder. You've seen famous people like Savage, Colento, Otta playing the Freeze Mage deck and also streaming it, and I decided to try it out myself. Usually you're not used to see me playing Mage, so yeah, I wanted to give it a shot, and I really like the deck. It's a lot of fun to play, especially now that the new season has begun and you can test new decks on the ladder. Let's just go to the deck and start talking about the cards a little bit. This is the odd one. I call it the odd one. The arcane missiles in this deck, just one random arcane missiles. The thing is that I realized that this deck is quite weak against Zoo. Sometimes Zoo is just too fast, and then you just get ruffle stomped and you will lose. So I decided to either play one arcane missiles or arcane explosion in this deck, and I prefer to play arcane missiles. The reason why is when someone has, for example, a flame imp in turn 1 as his opener, that is insanely strong against this deck, and you want to kill it as fast as possible. Arcane explosion will not have help to do so, but Arcane Missiles has a 50% chance to kill it immediately, and if it doesn't happen, you can just ping it the next turn. And yeah, and you will also have the coin in your turn 2, so if your Arcane Missiles fails, so you can just coin out and ping and kill Knife Juggler or a Flame Imp or cards like that. And this is why I play one Arcane Missiles. It's just to adopt to the meta, and I like it quite a bit. I don't play two arcane missiles. There's like always the problem to what to remove from the deck. Right now I play one arcane missiles and one cone of gold for a little bit later game. It's not to clear the board but to stall. Like usually you don't play cone of gold in this deck, but I decided to play this card and this card to be a little bit stronger against a full board or against aggro decks. The other reason is crazy decks like the Lepanom Paladin and even Lepanom Shamans. Oh, I've seen all kinds of aggro decks playing right now. Aggro Rogue. So many aggro decks and so many people play Lepanom, so this is like the hard counter to Lepanom. If you don't have the ping available, just to take as few damage as possible early in the game, so you can delay the proc of Ice Block. That's the goal in this deck. I will talk about this a little bit later. Like the goal of this deck is to take as few damage as possible, so your Ice Block procs as late as possible, so you can secure the win. Alright, enough about the arcane missiles. 2 Icelands, it's pretty standard in burst mage decks. It has the crazy synergy with the frostbolts. It's just a huge amount of burst damage. Usually you save this card, you don't use it. You can use it with the Blizzard. That's why I played 2 Blizzards over 2 Flame Strikes to kill off a minion that has to be killed. Or when you don't have lethal in a foreseeable future, you have to clear the board. So sometimes you are just forced to use an Icelands. The good thing about Icelands is that it's really cheap. So when you can free something, you can kill it off. It's quite a huge amount of damage for low mana costs. So this is one of the bursty cards after you use Alexstrasza you like to keep in your hand. You only use it when you're forced to use it. Mirror Images is a nice early game stalling card. If you don't have the arcane missiles, for example, you will draw into something. You will draw into the frostbolts or arcane missiles or mirror images, just to deal with the early threats, to not take too much damage early on. That's why I play double mirror images, and other people do as well. Like I see Colento playing double mirror images, and I can agree. It's a really nice card. It's also really cheap. The difference to his deck is that he's playing the Antonidas. It has better synergy in his deck because he plays also double missiles with the Antonidas. But besides that, I still like the card for stalling. It's really cheap and it gives you 2 taunters. The Frostbolts, pretty standard, one of the best removal cards in the game. 3 damage for 2 mana is all you can hope for, and it has a freeze effect on top of it. Probably one of the best removal cards in the game, if not the best. Yeah, it has the insane synergy with Icelands, and this is also a card you really want to keep for late game to finish off your opponent. It's basically the same with all spells like Firebolt or Icelands. You want to keep them for finishing off your opponent, but if you're forced to use them, you use them logically to kill minions. Blood Mage Thanos, of course, it's one of the best cards for Mage. It gives you the spell power to get more burst damage out of your spells, and it replaces itself. It's just a really, really, really good card. And you want in this deck a lot of card draw cards. Thanos is probably the best one for Mage, so that's why the Thanos. If you don't have the Thanos, you might play some Novice, it's fine. Yeah, but don't play Kobold Geomancer. The card draw is more important than the spell power in this deck. Double Doomsayer, just to stall the game, deny an entire turn of your opponent in the best case. In the worst case, they just kill it with his minions or spells, which is also fine. Then this minion basically tanked 7 damage, and this is also good. So even if the Doomsayer is not clearing the board, they will invest a lot of resources to kill it, and this is basically what you need, what you want with this deck. Double Loot Taurus. Double Loot Taurus is a bigger threat on the board. It can probably be replaced with Novice if you like the card more, but it is also like a threat, and it trades with cards like Knife Juggler or just all cards with 3/2 stats. So that's why I play Loot Order. It's just a little bit stronger minion, and it trades really well and can sometimes be protected by the mirror images. Double Arcane Intellect, just to get card draw. Card draw is really important in these decks, just to draw as many cards. You really want to draw into Alexstrasza, but I will talk about this in a bit. Just double Arcane Intellect for card draw. Frost Novas, it has the synergy with the Doomsayer. It stalls the board for 1 turn, which you want. It's somewhat cheap. It was cheaper before it was nerfed, but it's still playable. So it's a really important card in this deck, and this is one of those irreplaceable cards. You really need to play double Frost Nova in a Freeze Mage deck. It has also the synergy with the Icelands. Double Ice Bearer, this is something interesting. Some people play 1, some people play 2. The reasoning of the popular Freeze Mage players and the successful ones for playing 2 is that it's really, really good against Rogue. It will always proc, and against a Rogue you really want to be able to tank as much damage as possible, and Ice Barrier is just an amazing card for that purpose, and it's also good against all the aggro decks. It really helps you to tank more damage and to stall the game into late game. And once you establish the Ice Block and you're far ahead in mana wise, so then it's a walk in the park. It's pretty easy to win. So Ice Barrier is really, really good. So yeah, I agree with playing 2 Ice Barriers, and I'm tested it myself and I like it against those matchups. Double Ice Block is really important, nothing else to say there. It's like the most important, probably one of the most important cards in this deck, and there's no way you can replace this card as well. You have to play 2. This is like the setup for your win. When you can, most of the time you can only play Alexstrasza when you have 1 Ice Block on the board, and yeah, it just makes you immune for 1 turn, and you will have the time to use your spells to finish off your opponent without worrying about your life. Double Acolyte of Pain, a really good card for Mage. You have the synergy of playing the Acolyte of Pain and then pinging it yourself to draw extra cards. It's nice. Some people play 1. It's just a favorable card of myself. That's why I played 2. You could play other card draw cards if you like. It's really not that important that you have to play 2 Acolyte of Pains. You can play Novice or some other card draw cards. Maybe even Ned Pagel works in this deck, you know. But the thing about Ned Pagal is it's just good when you have it in your starting hand. To top deck a Ned Pagal is probably the worst card in the game, even worse than a Loot Hoarder, because the opponent can just kill it without you even having a chance to draw cards. So I wouldn't recommend to play Ned Pagal personally, but if you want to play something else over the Acolyte of Pain, that's fine. But you should always play at least one Acolyte of Pain in Mage decks. Kind of Cold, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. I use it to stall the game. I've seen Freeze Mages playing without Con of Cold. It's sometimes really handy. Like Blizzard is really late game. 6 mana cost. Usually you don't. Sometimes you don't even survive till turn 6. So you need something that is a little bit faster just to stall the game. If you don't have the Novas available or the Doomsayers, it's just one extra card that helps you stall the game. And sometimes it kills off stuff. You can combine it with pings and it does some damage. And sometimes you have the Blood Mage Talnos with the Con of Cold, and it's quite a bit of damage. It freezes opponents as well, gives additional synergy with the Icelands. So for now I play one Con of Cold. I really liked it so far. But this is also a card that could be changed for something else if you like it more. But for my but I like to play one Con of Cold right now. Double Firebolt, that's also an irreplaceable card in my opinion. It's just important to finish off your opponent, and sometimes you remove big minions, but Firebolt is one of those cards, like you rather use Frostbolt to remove something, but Firebolt is a card you really never want to use to waste on a minion. You really need those Firebolts most of the time to actually kill your opponent. So never use Fireball on a minion if you absolutely have to. Double Blizzard, some people play just one Blizzard. It is understandable, but Blizzard is a really good card in this deck just to stall. It almost guarantees to stall the board for one turn, and it kills off most of small cards. And it can be also combined with, I mean, let's say you play a Blizzard in one turn, then you can Con of Cold next turn. You just damage all minions and you will ping some as well. It's also a really good setup for Flame Strike. It's a really nice card to have. The thing is, yeah, the next card is Flame Strike to clear the board, obviously. This is a card I'm thinking about a lot right now. I really want to play 2 Flame Strikes. It really is a board clear. Blizzard is not a board clear, it's just more of a stall if he plays a lot of big cards, but Flame Strike most of the times really clears the board. And sometimes you don't draw it and you need it, so... But for now I play 1 Flame Strike, but in the future I might change the deck and play 2 Flame Strikes. Alexstrasza, the most important card in this deck. The whole deck is built to stall the game as long as possible till you draw your Alexstrasza. You develop the Ice Block before you play the Alexstrasza, then you play the Alexstrasza. Most of the time you draw so many cards that you have the enough damage already in your hand. You play the Alexstrasza in turn 9 preferably, and the opponent is to 15 life, and then you in turn 10, if he has the full board of damage and procs your Ice Block, it doesn't matter because you have the Frostbolt, Double Icelands, Fireball combination or whatever to kill him off. Or the Pyroblast, and then you play a second Ice Block and then damage him a little bit with Fireball and then finish him off with the Pyroblast. And that's also the last card in my deck, the Pyroblast. Just a huge amount of burst. Some games you don't absolutely need Alexstrasza to win games. I've won games without playing Alexstrasza, just damaging him with some minions a little bit and then nuking him down with some fireballs, some frostbolts, and later I just finish him off with the Pyroblast. It's like the second win condition. Sometimes Alexstrasza is your last card in your deck and you will not draw it, so you kinda have to kill him otherwise, right? And Pyroblast will help with it. It's just a finisher card. This is it for the deck, and let's play some games together and I will try to explain as much as possible. I think it's not that easy to play, it's not that face roll. You really have to think a lot about your turns. And yeah, I still hope you like it, and let's just jump right into some games.